and gentlemen, let me add my voice to Cherry's in welcoming so many delegates from so many countries to Hanoi. Everybody who lives in Hanoi will tell you that the autumn is always the most beautiful season. I'm sorry that the weather is not performing to expectations today, but I hope for those of you that are staying around for a few days, you will see the beautiful side of Hanoi autumn. I'm well aware that of all the people in this room, I'm probably the one who's least expert in this area. So let me open with just a sort of personal reflection. I've spent most of my career working in East Asia or on East Asia. But I've also spent some years working on the Middle East and North Africa. And I was the head of the Middle East and North Africa department in Britain's Department for International Development, our aid agency, our aid ministry, in 2011, when, as everyone remembers, there was a wave of unrest across many countries in the Middle East and in North Africa that many people referred to at the time as the Arab Spring. And when we as the British government started looking at whether we could develop new lines of development programming in some of these countries to support transition and to help address some of the causes, what we heard from expert after expert on the region was that one factor in the phenomenon that was taking place was very high levels of unemployment at graduate level and among those who had qualified, who graduated from high school. So it's not the case that unemployment was necessarily high because youth unemployment was high because overall levels of education and attainment were low. But it was the case that youth unemployment was high because there was a fundamental mismatch between what people were being taught in schools and universities and what the labour market wanted. Now this is obviously an extreme example, but I think it does illustrate quite well the critical importance of getting this agenda right, of ensuring that policymakers, educational institutions, and businesses and industry work together to ensure that what is being taught in schools, universities, and vocational training institutions fits well with the demands of the 21st century workplace. And for that reason, I'm delighted to be here today to help open this extremely important event. It's an honour for those of us who work in Vietnam that the British Council, together with our Vietnamese partners, are helping to host such an important and I hope influential seminar about how we can get this right. Effective skills training is critical to the future of sectors that will play a major role in Vietnam's growth in the future, such as hospitality and tourism, fashion and creative industries, construction, and many others. And as I said, there is only one way to ensure that we're able to make progress on this agenda, which is to actually find ways of bringing together employers, educators, and policymakers to discuss, honestly and openly, these questions of how we can close the gaps between the skills young people learn and the skills which employers are looking for. I hope that today's seminar, or the weekend seminar, will do much to share best practice in how we develop industry education partnerships. This is an area where the UK is particularly proud of the progress that we've made in the last few years. This is also a great opportunity both to reinvigorate existing international partnerships and to develop new ones. And it's an important event for the UK. The UK has always prided itself on being an open, globalised trading nation that is open to the movement of goods, people and services. And to that end, it's important for the UK that we are part of a world which is prosperous and stable, and where international qualifications, international standard qualifications are widely recognised and, if you like, traded through the global marketplace. The UK itself has got much to learn from many of the countries who I think are represented here today. This is an opportunity for us, the British government, the British Council, the British education institutions, to learn from others, to reflect on our own systems, and to think about how we can improve the skills education which we provide in line with our overall strategies. The event will also allow us, I think, to look more closely at how the British Council and other partners, including some of the UK higher education institutions and training institutions represented here, can do better to support the development of effective systems and approaches in other countries. I think we're doing very well in this area in Vietnam at the moment. For example, we have an excellent collaboration between the company V. Lasseter and the UK institution ProSkills. And we hope this is the sorts of collaboration which can become a model for others both in Vietnam and more widely. As Cherry noted, we're doing this in parallel with the ASEAN Skills Competition, which is being held next door. And I think there's a lovely fit between the two events. Here we're discussing at policy level the development of the necessary methods and approaches we can use to develop the necessary skills. And next door, we're seeing the results of some of the approaches that have been used today in the form of some of the best and the brightest from around the ASEAN region. As I said, the role that employers and industries and the private sector play in this agenda is critical, and therefore it's very important for me to thank the commercial sponsors for this seminar, Microsoft and Lasseter. Thank you very much for your contributions, and it's also very welcome to me that we have, among others, representatives from the British Business Group of Vietnam who are also going to be involved in the seminar later on. Thank you very much. As I say, I do hope that you're able to see some of the beautiful Hanway Water before your stay here concludes. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I wish you an extremely productive, interesting and fruitful seminar. Thank you.